So my brother and I used to share a room growing up, and we had one of those beds where
A bunk bed.
No, where the bottom bed you would slide out.
I believe those are called a trundle.
Is that what they're called, a trundle?
Yes.
Have I told you the story about how he wouldn't let me sleep at night until he fell asleep first?
No, but when my brother had a trundle, he wouldn't let me fall asleep until I sang Kelly Clarkson's song.
Oh, we have so much in common. Okay, wait. Was he? Wait. Did he do it to fuck with you, or did this help him fall asleep?
No, he wanted me to be a great singer. No, of course he was fucking with me.
Okay, because my brother wanted me to be a great singer. Okay, all right. It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
I don't know. You've read those things where it's like the most famous people from other countries are the ones that look the most American.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
In the Philippines, the lighter you are with a Western nose, then you're probably going to...
Boom, famous.
Oh, yeah. There's this actor in the Philippines who was just roaming around a mall. No acting classes whatsoever, never modeled.
Hey, come here.
But yeah, some dude, some casting agent saw him, and now he's one of the biggest actors in the Philippines.
But isn't that the dream? I mean, how many people move to LA and hope that actually happens to them? Like, we all think that happened to Marilyn Monroe or whatever, and like, but I don't know if that really happens in LA. Although my cousin did literally get stopped in a mall and be like, do you want to be a model for this cologne ad? And he did a run for this cologne ad.
And it was legit.
And it was legit. But so I guess it does happen, actually. Never mind. I'm going to eat my words.
And it does happen. And it happens with the guy that plays Fezco from Euphoria. Rest in peace to that guy.
Legit?
Yeah, so he's from Oakland, and he moved over to New York, and he was just a server in New York, and he was walking around, I think, Times Square, and there's a casting director that liked his look, walked up to him and said, hey, I like your look. Do you want to go and audition for this big show that's going to come out? And at first, he thought it was like a hoax. He thought it was like kind of sketch, which it seems like just in public, but he ended up doing it, and then he played Fez.
Well, did you ever do like those Barbizon
the
modeling
I
things?
know exactly what you're talking about. I had the brochure.
I went to one of those once.
Is it legit?
I think it can be, but 90% of the time it's not. It's like I would equate it to like crypto or something. Not even crypto, because that's like NFTs. We're like, yeah, if you got in at the right whatever and you did it right, you made $1 million on NFTs, and then you sold them all, and then you're like, and I'm not playing anymore, because there's a couple of people supposedly who got Barbizon. I don't even know what the word is.
Barbacoa.
Barbacoa modeling agency, who then get picked up and to do other things. But is that because of them or because of their tenacity and their drive and their like, it's hard to say who did it.
It could be a whole lot of, the way that it was advertised to me was in a mall, one of those stands. They hand me a brochure, and on the brochure are the faces of these Disney Channel actors.
Exactly.
That said they went through this agency. And if they could succeed, you can too.
And so did they because of the agency, or because they are just like determined, driven children who have like parent managers who really want something? Like, it's hard to say. Right? Maybe both. But I went to one and they loved me because I was tall and skinny. And
what happened? How come you didn't see it through?
Because my parents were like, fuck this. This isn't going to be real.
Wow.
My parents have always had a good nose for sniffing shit out. And they're like, even if it is real, it's going to take thousands of dollars for it to become real. And they're like, we ain't wasting that shit on this.
Yeah, you would have to keep pumping your money into it. It's kind of like maybe like a pyramid scheme. You know?
I mean, and there's people who, again, get in and get out, and they're like, I don't know, Herbalife made me $10,000, and it's like, yeah, I don't know if they did that for everybody though. Do
you remember graduating from high school, and right outside of these high school graduations are these recruiters that'll hand you pamphlets for Cutco? Cutco was the first thing that I attended right after high school, because they said, do you want to make $18 an hour? And I was thinking, $18
which now is only 50 cents over minimum wage.
Yeah, right. And this was what, 13 years ago or something like that.
Please don't age me.
I know, I'm so sorry. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Got myself a button up, got a tie, went to this Cutco presentation type of thing, which was just in some random building in an industrial area of a fucking town. I went there. The guy that was preaching at us was maybe like 2 years older than the rest of us. I told my father that it was sketch. He was like, you went to this fucking thing? And I said, yeah. And he reprimanded me. And I was like, I'm never doing this again. Yeah, he bent me over, used the metal part of the belt, and spanked me. Yeah.
I thought your dad was more of a wooden spoon man myself.
No. He has
brass knuckles, just punching your asshole.
He started off with a wooden
Kisses?
spoon, and then No.
Aggressive kisses. Hey-ya!
My father is one of the most loving men that I know, but you know our relationship.
Yes.
We shake hands. My mom forces us to hug, and for some reason, it is the most uncomfortable thing for the both of us.
The hug itself isn't uncomfortable. I think it's like the faces you guys both make. Because you also do this like...
Yeah, I think it's how big of a deal it's become to everyone that we can't. It's now uncomfortable because
you're such a loving person too.
Yeah.
So it's weird to have, especially somebody who's so big in your life. Yeah, right. It's like it's just weird for it to be like that. The stepbrothers like hugging attempt.
It's almost like that. It's gotten better because I'm older now and I give less of a shit.
What you should do is like do the handshake and then the yank into a hug.
No, that's really asserting my dominance. That's asserting my dominance, and that is ruining the patriarchal hierarchy that is instilled into our family.
Though, you have to whisper in his ear like, "It's my turn now.
I'm the man now."
And then your brother just from across the world is like, "What?"
My brother's just like, "What the fuck?"
In his soul, he feels it. He's like, "I gotta go." He's in the middle of a meeting. I'm sorry, guys. Hi, welcome to our show. We've been talking for a while, so that's why we just kind of kept right into it. But,
I know. Every
welcome.
single time we meet up, once a week, it feels like we haven't seen each other in a while, so we catch up a little bit, and then at some point we hit record.
It's like, are we even doing a show? And it's like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we got a little some here for you. Dude, how's it going? I was telling you before we recorded that you are dark as a motherfucker.
I think I'm burnt. I'm burnt because you can see that, like, I'm dark here, but then I roll my arms over and it's still very white.
You're turning into middle school me with this tropical shirt on and a darker skin tone. That's how I looked for every school picture. You're just.
Yeah. I just took my school pictures.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me it was a very uncomfortable smile that you had.
Well, all of them are. Yeah, no, I'm burning because I'm in the sun all the time. I'm roasting.
Please tell me you're putting on sunblock.
You know what? Next week. I'll start next week.
And then you're talking about how much you don't want to be reminded of your age. You will be reminded of your age when you see all those wrinkles and lines on your face because you're not using sunblock.
So I'm trying to like get to a point though, and then I'm gonna like let the meat rest, so to speak, and let it like coast the rest of the way.
It doesn't work like that.
No?
No, man.
Shit. It's not steak cooking things with
No, man. Even have you seen the outside of a perfectly cooked steak? Even that looks kind of fucked up. It's the inside that looks nice.
Oh, I disagree.
What?
I like the outside of the steak. I like the crust, the crunch. I think the
look at these words that you're using.
Lines.
You like the char lines. You like the crunch. You like the crust. Do you want that to be your fucking epidermis, bro? No, man.
I need some tracks. I look too young.
You don't have enough melanin to be able to kind of opt out of sunscreen. I thought I could do it, but I'm using sunscreen. If I were to stay out in the sun as much as you, I would be lathered.
I have the mixed love. God was like, oh, we love different cultures, so for you, you're good.
I don't think that's how it works, man. Mixed love does not change skin
Just
cancer.
like everybody loves everybody. So like I'm immune to all of those things. Skin cancer, no. AIDS, no. Colds, no. Flu, no. Epitome of health. Look at this body. Look at this stomach.
That's scaring me, man. That's actually that's how you could not get mugged. If you were to just show your stomach.
Please don't mug me.
Back stranger. He's just like, oh my God.
Don't mug me.
You do have the body of someone that was like very fit and then just stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah, that's almost exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened.
I was trying to sugarcoat whatever I was going to say. That's what happened. But that's as much as I could go.
I was telling some kids the other day, I was like, you're lucky I'm this skinny at 30. I've seen some people who look like dog water. And it's bad.
You said at the end of our last episode that kids started saying that you're the supervisor with the dad bod.
Yeah.
To have a dad bod without being a dad, how does that make you feel?
My dog's my baby.
Okay, there you go. You didn't birth your dog. I mean, I guess you would never birth anything. Baby. Yeah, you're right.
How are you? How have you been?
I'm well.
I don't want to talk about dogs coming out of my penis.
I don't think I have a dad bod. I'm actually getting
you
closer
got
and closer to my physique.
Peak. Yeah, you got like honestly, right now what you have is like vague bodybuilder body, where it's like, oh yeah, did he used to? But it's like, no, you're just a big broad guy, and you still have a bunch of muscle on you.
I have a friend that says she saw me from across the hallway because we had gone to Vegas together, and we went to Vegas for this bodybuilding competition that our friend Martin was at, and she said she saw me from a distance, and she said that she got kind of intimidated because she thought I was one of the bodybuilders competing, and then I got closer and closer. She noticed it was me.
And then she stopped being intimidated.
Yeah, no one's ever really intimidated. I always ask this.
Would you do one of those bodybuilding things?
No.
Why not? Just get oiled up just once. Just get all the.
Because I want to have a healthy relationship with food. I'm never counting anything. I don't count macros. I'm not trying to do any more math than I already had to do in school.
Math.
Yes, like
Okay.
counting macros.
I heard meth.
Oh, meth?
You
No.
you just said math really fast, and it just,
Now, if I wanted to do bodybuilding competitions, I would for sure do meth.
well, I mean, you gotta lift 18 hours out of the day. How else are you gonna do it?
I have to maximize the time in the day.
I do think it's funny though when you see the bodybuilders and they're like, I eat 4 bowls of rice every day, and it's like they're like sad.
Yeah.
It's sad eating. You're right. It's an unhealthy. Well, yeah, it's way unhealthy relationship with food, but it's also sad eating. I don't ever want to be like sad eating.
Dude, I once saw a guy weigh sriracha. Put sriracha on a scale
Damn.
and said, it's because of the sodium in sriracha. And I said, that fucking sucks.
But
And
also
I took the
couldn't-
bottle and I just,
Couldn't that guy just have chili paste then? Just like make chili paste?
I guess you could, but it's the effort. I think when you get to that point,
Oh,
you're
that
very
effort
strict.
is too much.
To at that point
To-
get
to-
a mortar
to
and
make
pestle.
chili sauce. No, I mean whatever. I mean my dad makes chili sauce once a year. Whatever. I think I don't know. Yeah, I get the idea of being like, yeah, sriracha is high in sodium or whatever. I could or sugar even. I could potentially see people being like, but then, like, yeah, just like, but wouldn't that person also be like, so I grind up my own chilies and that's my sriracha, and it's like, yeah, I could see you doing that too.
I could see that, yeah. At that point, I don't know. I don't judge it at all because at the end of the day, they look great. These people
yeah.
are chiseled. There's some
Great. They look good for bodybuilding standards. I don't know if that's like, I don't find that attractive.
Do you find buff women attractive? Like if they
I find it impressive more than attractive.
and does you being impressed by it? Because the way I
It's like
think
looking
about
at China. I'm like, oh yeah, I hope she wins the WWE belt.
but are you sexually attracted to China?
No,
Were you sexually attracted to China?
no. I was always interested though. I was
Okay.
always like, I mean, yeah, let's see.
You wonder, like, so let's say
I got it.
just you two at the end of the world, and it's up to you and China.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. To
She's won the
repopulate
AV
world.
Award, so we know what she's got going on down
Yeah,
there.
we
It looks like a penis.
Does it?
The clit does.
The clit was that big that it looked like a penis? It was a big clit.
Steroids.
You watched it?
Steroids.
Is there what? Wait.
That's what
but it's
steroids
not
does
a
to a
muscle.
woman's body.
What?
It's because of the increased testosterone.
Oh, I thought that.
Well, because also in women they have to inject it into the clit, otherwise it doesn't affect them.
I mean, also that's when you're like a zygote before you actually are fully developed.
We're all women,
right? But
Yeah.
it starts off with a little clit, and then if it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it
Turns into a dick.
guy, right? And the only
That's
reason
why like the little seam on your balls is where the labia is met.
is that true,
Yes.
dude? I've always wondered what the seam is. Because when you're cleaning down there and just like, wow, it's crazy. There's this
Time to do my cleaning.
wow, there's a symmetrical line. Right
I mean,
there.
it's been a while since I've like really taken note and like counted the segments, but yeah.
Is it true that we have nipples because we were also female in the womb?
I'm glad you asked because I just finished a class on nipples. I have no idea. I heard that it's because that's where our pigmentation is stored.
All in the we did have a guest years ago that said, wait, was it you that said nipple color matches lip color?
I that's a theory I have. Yeah.
A theory that has not been. Where are the
never
scientific
been wrong.
papers to back this up?
I haven't done my I haven't like tried to prove my hypothesis wrong,
You-
but I've also never been wrong.
And I hope you're not actually out there on the streets trying to prove your hypothesis correct.
I mean, we
Excuse me, miss. You miss with the dark lips. Do they match?
your nipples.
Yes.
Anyways, if you had a tiny microphone and a cameraman, you would be TikTok famous. But if you don't, you're weird. Funny where the line is. Huh?
Yeah. If it's for content, then you could almost get away with some things. But if you're just okay, yeah. If you're randomly asking people on the corner of the street, like, do they?
Hey.
Does your nips match your lips? Yeah.
Although if you said it like that where it vaguely rhymes,
Oh, then
then people I think would be a little more inclined.
they'd be like,
No.
oh, you're a rapper, huh?
So I want to sign you to a deal. My name's Jay-Z.
Dude, and how do you feel about
Rappers?
the first time I went to New York, and you know how everyone
People
says
handing out CDs.
to fucking go to Times Square, and Times Square is just the dirtier, bigger San Francisco that is way busier. Immediately you get dropped off by the Uber, and they're just like, yo man, I got this mixtape right here. I thought it was free. So I grabbed it. And he said, no man, now you gotta pay me for that. I said, so I gave it back. And he was like, oh man, you don't want to support?
Or it'd be like, you already took it, you have to pay. You're lucky that one, he wasn't that guy.
Dude, I can't believe there are people that exist like that.
Well, that's, just say, don't fuck with me, I'm a local.
If you had to hustle on the streets, what would you do?
Grab people and pull them in an alley.
what are you doing in the alley? Is what I'm
beating
worried
the
about.
shit out of them.
Beating the shit off.
I
of
think
them?
it would be so easy to be in Times Square and rob people. I think that's why people get robbed so often there.
How long do you think you could survive in a horror movie?
What kind?
As of late, I've been playing a lot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They came out with a survival horror game, which is very similar to Dead by Daylight. And I'm always playing as the victim. And I'm always fucking running away from Leatherface and the rest of his family.
Seems like the name of the game.
Yeah.
Alejandro Dardado? She in it?
Dario?
Because she's his cousin.
No, she's... What?
Yeah, didn't you see Texas Chainsaw 3D?
Oh, I thought you were...
Where she...
she's actually in that,
she shows her boobies, but she's also related to Leatherface.
Yes, that's a whole
thing. Go get
thing.
him, cuz. And she throws the chainsaw and he catches it and then kills the bad guy. Because for whatever reason in modern movies where they're not actually the bad guy. This guy's the bad guy. And it's like, I don't want to like Leatherface.
People love twists. That's why.
I don't like the twist where they make us like the bad guy.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Well, what have you seen the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Not in its entirety.
Because I just watched it in its entirety not too long ago because I'm playing the video game.
Liv Taylor?
And it's no.
Liv Tyler. I don't know why I can't say any name right.
Liv Tyler was not in any horror movie in 1973, and it's 50 years old. This movie.
No way!
It's crazy, dude. And guess what? I kind of felt empathy for Leatherface, and this is the first movie. This guy's horrible, but also he's gone through it, man. He's not right in the mind, obviously, but there is a scene in the movie where all he's doing is whimpering because his dad's yelling at him, and I was like, I feel it, man.
Stop yelling at Leatherface.
Yes,
leave him alone.
He's whimpering. He's wearing a suit. He has this prettied up mask.
You're the reason why Disney makes villain movies and make them nice.
Yeah, Leatherface.
Cruella de Vil does not need a movie.
Leatherface is just an anti-hero. Okay,
you're a bitch, and you're a bitch. We shouldn't give redeeming qualities to bad people,
especially those wielding chainsaws, man.
Oh my god!
I feel like I've said it before, but you would probably be the second or third person to die in a horror movie.
I just hope they do it quick.
You're just the person that wants to go fuck in the barn house.
Okay.
I think would you be that person? You'd be like,
why not?
Fuck this shit. Hey, you and me, let's just go to that barn house.
If we're being realistic, I wouldn't even be in this abandoned barn farm anyways, because I wouldn't even just put myself in that situation. But let's say I am, and I'm some sort of character in this horror movie. Yeah, I want to see some titties before I die. Fuck yeah.
But you don't know you're going to die.
Or like the guy in the horror movie who's like the stoner or the drunk. So then at least I don't even really know what's going on.
Oh, this is how you would die. You would be like, I'm not going to that fucking abandoned asylum.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you stay in the van and you're just like hitting the bong so many times.
And then all of a sudden, like Leatherface shows up and he smashes through the glass and grabs my throat. And I'm just like,
you would die because you would be so high you would actually think Leatherface was just some
friend,
and you'd offer him a bong hit, and then instead he kills you.
And then he takes one, but then he kills me.
Oh, this guy, Leatherface can party.
Sure.
Who do you think I would be in a
You die first.
First?
Your melatonin's too much.
What? My melatonin? Shut the fuck up. You can't even say you're right.
Your melatonin's too high.
So I'm knocked out. Really? You think I'd die first?
Well, I mean, no. I mean, that was a vaguely racist joke. But no, I think
clearly
you're smart and funny. So maybe the second to last. Because the girl has to live, right?
I would sacrifice myself
to save the girl. Because you'd like to... Sarah, I've always loved you since the 4th grade, and I just want you to know it was me who sent you that history fucking Valentine's Day, Graham. And then you jump off the cliff.
I hope that's not my monologue. I hope I don't stutter. Right before dying.
So, Sarah, I think I just want you to know that I do actually love you. And she's like, my name's Sarah. Sarah.
Leatherface is just waiting. He's looking
like,
around.
Hey, man, that was kind of sad. Do you want to try that again?
Hey, man.
Why don't you try that again?
Like, I'm really just trying to feed my family, so I feel for you, but just try that one more time.
I'll give you a second chance. I'll go back to the end of the hallway.
Dude, in this movie, Leatherface is like 6'4", 5, 6, or 7.
He's growing so much from what you first said. He's 6'4", 6'9". He's 7'8". He's 10 feet tall.
This guy's huge. But imagine, I'm watching this. The girl in the movie who's running away. She's petite. She could get through. But he is running so fucking fast with that much weight and a full chainsaw.
Just covering distance.
I don't know how.
It's like in Terminator 2 when the guy caught John Connor on the motorcycle. when the Liquid Terminator chases him and John Connor's trying to get away on the motorcycle. They had to keep reshooting that because he kept catching him.
Oh, every single time.
Yeah, and they didn't want him to run slower because that would look weird.
Yeah.
But they just couldn't get it going.
I mean, see, this just shows that, I don't know, what killers, in every single horror movie, you could see that some of the killers, like Michael Myers. I'm sorry. Michael Myers walks everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Yet he always catches up to anyone.
He might have vaguely teleportation powers because sometimes he does appear and you're just like, no, there's no way you got here that fast.
Yeah, he's just already in the house that you happen to run away
and then
into.
out of the fire and then into the frying pan.
Just
I don't know. I think the slasher killer, like, I'm going to get you kind of thing, that's not my bag.
Horror movies are not your bag.
No, and if I do end up watching them, I want it to be at least like more borderline thriller, a little bit more where they're like, this is based on a mystery novel, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, I can get behind the mystery.
So what differentiates a horror movie from a thriller movie?
I think the context. I think, right? I mean,
Silence of the Lambs, horror or thriller?
Thriller.
Okay.
Like this new movie coming out, A Murder in Venice. That's really playing, I think, with the line of horror and thriller.
Okay.
Because I think it's the third installment of like the Murder on the Orient Express and then Death on the Nile. And then this one is now the third one, Murder in Venice. And this one, like, based on the trailers, looks very dark and scary. Like, they're really towing the line of, like, there's ghosts, but the movies are very grounded in reality. So, like, is there ghosts? Like, you know, so it's one of those sort of things. I'm very interested to see that. Okay. And I guarantee I will be very scared watching that. So that's a horror film in my book.
So do supernatural premises scare you more than non-supernatural premises? Like a slasher film, is that scarier to you than a ghost film?
I just don't like slasher films because I don't like seeing gore. I just don't like it, and I think it's corny plots and cheesy payoffs. So if I am gonna have to watch something, but again, Karen picks all the horror films, so she loves the Conjuring films and Insidious and shit. And then when I watch that stuff, I just can't take it. They're just Christian superhero films. I just can't take them seriously. I'm like, this is a priest who is Superman.
I just recently watched that the new A24 horror film that came out. It's called Talk to Me. Yeah, because and everyone knows it because Instagram is really pushing it out on everyone's algorithms. What are you doing?
That's the hand in the poster. Talk to, and the hand.
Oh, I see. So do you know the premise
maybe
at all?
You could do it with your hand. You're weird.
I forget how it looks like. How's the hand?
I know I vaguely get it. Yeah, you hold the hand and you're able to talk to the dead.
Yeah. Would you do that? Given the opportunity, let's say you have a dead loved one in the past, would you take the opportunity?
I wouldn't believe it. My skeptic hat, my knowledge of like how Harry Houdini busted like all of those seances and shit like that, my trips to places like the Magic Castle and knowing how magicians fake this shit, my thing would be like, this is a magic trick. This is a show. I know this kind of stuff isn't real.
So would you do it? I mean, since you're very...
No, I would watch it though. I would want to be...
I would not
interested.
Be in the room. I am leaving. I am leaving that group of white people because it's always going to be white people playing around with that thing.
I've been around. I've seen people do satanic rituals. I've seen people do Ouija boards and shit like that. Like, it's all fake.
You've been in the same room when the Ouija board was present?
The Ouija board's made by Mattel. There's nothing spooky about the Ouija board.
No, but still, I mean, I still wouldn't do it.
Why not, bro? It's just two people's hands pushing the shit around.
Because of the off chance that there's something happening, I still not taking that risk.
I don't like.
You would?
The Ouija board isn't a real thing. Like, it was made to sell as a toy. Like, it is not. And somehow it's become this big real thing where we trust and believe. Just like tarot cards have now become this big, deep, sacred object. But it's like that was invented because the French didn't want to use the 52 cards that the English used because they hated the English so much during the 300 Years' War. So they're like, we want our own deck of cards. We'll make the tarot cards. And it's like, oh, okay, sure.
I still feel like, and this is more of my joke brain going off, but still me being paranoid, is that ghosts are seeing this from a distance even though they didn't create it. Spirits are just be like, okay, let's fuck with them. Tarot cards, yeah, didn't really, they didn't serve us a purpose at the time. But
now they've been imbued with, like, I think it's all intention, right? If you die and you're like, I'm going to be a fucking dick after my death. And it's like, I don't know. I do also believe, and I have said this before, like, we don't know what we can't see. Right, and my explanation of that is like we didn't know what UV rays were, and for millions of years humans got sunburn and the effects of UV rays, and it wasn't until the 40s or 50s when we finally had the understanding and the camera lens to show us UV rays, and now we can see it. So how many things and stuff are out there that we just can't even see because we don't have that capability?
Oh, so
yet,
many, yeah.
Right, so
I think,
but is that like? a ghost who's like, I am not ready to leave my home.
I think our imagination scares the fuck out of us.
Yes, I
It's
think
infinite possibilities.
A lot of things are explained by like us scaring ourselves and can be easily explained like if you had all the information, but if you hear a noise from the other room, it's easy to let your imagination go wild.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we're afraid of ghosts. That's why we're afraid of the potential existence of aliens. Not potential, the existence of aliens.
They definitely don't give a fuck about it. But it's like Amityville Horror, right? The movies and stuff is like that. Like they make this whole storyline about how this house is haunted and the walls bleed blood and shit like that. But the real scary story of the Amityville Horror is the murders that happened in the house. That's actually a way better, more interesting crime thriller story that should be a movie, other than the shit that came out afterwards that we know is fake because Ed and Lorraine Warren are fucking liars, and that was their number one selling story. And the only reason why they haven't put that in the Conjuring series is because WB doesn't own the rights to the Amityville Horror.
Did you watch the original Amityville Horror movies?
I watched the Ryan Reynolds one.
No, I'm talking about the OG ones that came out in like maybe the 80s.
80s?
Yeah, because I have the VHS tapes for that. And, you know, that was me testing the waters of how much scary I could handle as a kid. You know,
as a kid, it would have terrified me. I would have shit my pants.
Scares the fuck out of me.
But now I know Ed and Lorraine Warren because I listened to the last podcast and I know the backside of like a lot of these horror and ghost stories and cryptid stories. It's hard for me to like believe that there's a Mothman out there. Maybe it's like, but the guy who came up with the name Mothman only picked that because he couldn't use Batman. And it's like,
it was taken already.
Exactly. So it's like.
So there are stories that you know and hear and all these factual things that you've heard that kind of make you able to sleep at night.
For sure.
Otherwise.
Because it's almost always, again, because of my magician and magic background, it's almost always the simplest answer.
Was Kid Alejandro easily scared?
Yes.
Were you able to sleep by yourself?
Not without like stuffed animals or like being tucked in and like having like my parents like really reassure me that I was
Would you run into Matt's room?
No, my parents' room.
Okay. You were saying, fuck Matt.
We shared a room for a lot of years. We shared a room for a lot of years.
Were you scared when you were sharing a room with him, or did you feel safe because you had your older brother in the room?
I couldn't tell you that. I don't remember. I remember having, I can always remember having nightmares as a kid though.
Would you wake him up for comfort?
Not Matt. No, I would go to my parents.
You still would, even though he was in the same room?
Fuck that.
You know, my brother my brother and I used to share a room growing up, and we had one of those beds where
a bunk bed.
No, where the bottom bed you would slide out.
I believe those are called a trundle.
Is that what they're called, a trundle?
Yes.
Have I told you the story about how he wouldn't let me sleep at night until he fell asleep first?
No, but when my brother had a trundle, he wouldn't let me fall asleep until I sang Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, we have so much in common. Okay, wait. Was he? Wait. Did he do it to fuck with you, or did he? Did this help him fall asleep?
No, he wanted me to be a great singer. No, of course he was fucking with me.
Okay, because my brother wanted me to be a great singer. Okay, all right. So, there are multiple parts to this story. So my brother would make me do two things. The first thing he would make me do is make me put like my hand on his shoulder. And he would make me tap. He would have me keep tapping.
Psychopath.
So that he could fall asleep first. If he noticed that I stopped tapping, he would wake me up.
Wow.
Because if I stopped tapping, that meant I fell asleep first.
Yeah, or got bored.
And then,
or stopped caring.
I was definitely tapping until he fell asleep. And then once I noticed he fell asleep, then I could stop tapping.
Like, good night, sweet prince.
But and another thing he would do is he would make me sing songs for him until he fell asleep, and he would just do it by request, like I was just a jukebox.
Yeah,
and it's very sweet.
And now looking back, it's kind of cute.
But at first, I was just like, "Man, I'm so tired. Can I go to sleep, please?"
So my brother would do a couple of things. He would make me sing that song, "Standing before you, distant window, open up the release your inhibition, feel your rain on your skin. No one else can do it for you. Let your book begin." Yeah, so that, or he would name a random X-Men, and I'd have to tell him all about it. And it was very
Cyclops.
Seriously, and like that's why I got like, not why, but one of the many reasons why why I got into comics, because I used to get these like books, the Ultimate Guides, right? The Ultimate Guide for X-Men.
I got to do this for Matt.
Well, I would read them.
I got to do this for Matt.
And Matt, no, I would read them, and Matt would know, and then he would like, well, tell me about like Nightcrawler. And I'd be like, oh, he was like a Catholic like guy from Germany, and they didn't like him because he was blue. And I would tell him like all these stories, and then he'd be like, oh, okay. He's like, what about? Because he would watch the cartoons, so he knew a lot of the characters from the '97 cartoon, and then at that time, the Ultimate. universe was going on, right? Late 2003, 4, early 2000s. So everything was changing again, and like I felt like I was a fucking knowledge king.
You had an encyclopedia in your brain. That's why you have
I had
an
an
entire
encyclopedia
Rolodex
in my hand.
Yeah, yeah. What type of things would he do to fuck with you as a kid growing up?
Just fart and shove my
On
face
you?
into the cushion, beat me up, wrestle me, choke me out, hang me upside down, stick my head
Hang you upside down?
stick my head in under the faucet in the bathtub.
Shut the fuck up! Really?
He put all of my socks in the sink one time.
What? And then wet them or just put them?
No, I mean it wasn't like a hide and seek game. No, we didn't. I mean, here's the funny thing too. Really, truly, is like me and my brother were really like at each other's throats for years.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, for
Because you guys are just so close now. You guys are like cool.
Yeah.
And I guess that's how it is. My brother used to pin me down by the shoulders.
Roll a little bit of spit on you and then suck it back up.
I mean, he wouldn't suck it back up. He'd just let it hit my face. So, he would just take his tongue out until the saliva formed. Until the saliva on the tip of his tongue got so heavy.
Putting in my head.
And it was thick and viscous because I don't know.
And you're like, no!
Because it was probably dehydrated. And then it would just, and I'm not stronger than my brother.
Not at that time.
My brother's also done, there's this horror movie that came out.
Brother Bear.
Brother Bear. And he displayed none of the qualities from Brother Bear.
But he was a bear.
The movie was called One Missed Call.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar.
And
me and Karen just watched it actually not that long ago.
There's prior to the American version coming out, there was a Japanese version of the movie. And the entire premise is that you get this phone call and the ringtone is this creepy ringtone.
We're all aware of this 20-year-old horror film.
Yeah, and then for those that haven't seen it,
for those who were born after.
Yeah, the whole premise is that when you get this phone call, it says that you yourself, the owner of that phone, is calling. So, for example, the creepy ringtone would play from my phone. It'd say Christian Baltazar is calling. If you miss the call, it says one missed call. You listen to the voicemail that's left, and voicemail.
You dying.
It's the sound of you dying. And you look at the timestamp of the voicemail, and it's a timestamp in the future, and that timestamp is when you experience that death.
I just think it's so funny that in the last moments of someone's life, they pick up their phone, and they punch in the phone number on their Nokia, and hit send. Because they don't really explain that portion of it, because at that time you would have had to have punched in each number.
Dude, I'm not even thinking about the
not like how it makes it work.
Well, my brother, he took my phone. He downloaded the one missed call ringtone.
Such a great time period
onto my phone
when we could download ringtones.
I know, right? And he hid my phone in my room, changed his caller ID
to your name,
to my
and your
name,
caller.
and to my number. Tried calling me. I couldn't even get to the part where I found my phone. Once I heard that ringtone, I got up and I sprinted. And I don't know why I tried to find solace and comfort in his room, because I ran directly to his room, got under the sheets, and was freaking out. But it was him fucking with me.
Yeah,
by
of course.
Playing that. Yeah.
Not the one missed call thing, but I remember me and my brother did have like a 4-year-long prank war where we were hiding the box from a Tickle Me Elmo. Like one year, the Tickle Me Elmo box had a flap, and if you opened the flap, the box had like a laughing thing in it. Mm-hmm. We had gotten the box and we cut that piece out, so there was a little box maybe about this big, but it had a button, and if you released the button, it laughed like Elmo.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. And so we would hide that in like our beds and stuff, and like we got really good where we would like put it on the bed and have the mattress like holding the button down, so when you lay down on bed and you rolled over, Elmo would start laughing.
And it freaked the fuck out of you guys.
I mean, it's scary just to like wake up to something like that, but then you kind of like laugh, and then it's like, okay, I got to find a spot to hide it for him.
At least you knew what it was. It wasn't just a random laugh.
Oh, I mean, the first time it was very scary, because you're like, I mean, you know the Elmo laugh.
Exactly.
And also, Tickle Me Elmo is such a very weird toy.
Toys
Elmo didn't ask for that.
Back in the day were wild. Have you looked at the list?
Have you seen the new Tickle Me Elmo? First of all, it's very scary.
What's wrong with it?
Well, it's you actually tickle it. Whereas back in the day, it was like a button. It was like you're essentially pushing a button. But here, now you lightly run your fingers on it, and he stands up, he bangs his knee. He's like, Tickle Me Elmo is very advanced.
This is a heinous crime because this is teaching you how to tickle, and tickling.
Well, you hate tickling.
I mean, people hate tickling.
You're anti-tickleist.
The only time you should tickle is if you're trying to flirt with someone that you're kind of trying to woo.
No,
you know?
I think tickling is like, it's a good once a month thing. And also,
No.
it's a solid torture tactic.
It's not a once a month thing. It's not a cathartic thing. It's not a release type of thing.
Everybody should get tickled to the point of sweating.
No.
Once a month.
No, tickling, it's weird because it is a feeling of discomfort, but what is being expressed is laughter.
Yeah.
And it is the most confusing thing.
Because it's like our nerves just like barely being brushed. So it like, I don't know can anybody explain tickling?
No clue. Yeah, it's just our nerve endings kind of getting
We can tickle
teased,
each other
right?
later and try and figure it out.
I'd rather not. The thought of it is making my penis go inside of my body.
Oh. We might finish doing something else by the time we're done tickling then.
I'm okay. I'm fine without that. Yes, I would like to just keep this platonic relationship between us.
Just purely tickling.
Nope, not even.
I would run a Craigslist ad where I'm like, non-sexual tickling.
Yeah.
If you want it, pay me $25. I'll tickle you for 10 minutes. I'll tickle you till you piss your pants.
Guess what? You're going to find some people
I'm
that
going to
are
make
down.
a shitload of money.
Think about of all the tickle fetishes that exist out there.
Oh, I don't want it for a sexual reason, though.
Well, because...
Non-sexual tickling. That's in the title.
Yes, no. But think about people that...
Get off on it? I don't want them.
They're not going to do anything about it, but they still have that kind of excitement from it. Because think, you can
Non-offending
masturbate...
pedophiles.
You can masturbate more easily than you can tickle yourself. We can please ourselves.
Whoa, hang on. Let me sit on that for a minute. Yeah, I never thought about it like that.
We can please ourselves, but we can never tickle ourselves because guess what? We see it coming.
You know what else we see coming? When we're masturbating. That is weird. I never thought about that. We can tickle ourselves, or we can't tickle ourselves, but we can...
Have you tried tickling yourself?
Yeah, I was doing it just a minute ago.
Yeah, do it. Like, it's fine.
I mean, every once in a while you get like like you brush against something and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I could give myself goosebumps, sure. But
and the eggs run down your back. Crack. You remember that one?
No, what?
Crack the egg on your head and let it run.
Are you
down
summoning
your
a
back.
demon? What the fuck are you doing?
You didn't do that in 4th grade?
No, cracking eggs on
Crack
people's
an egg
backs.
on your head and let the yolk run down. I don't remember the rhyme.
Well, you're doing that to someone's back?
Yeah, and then like it gives you goosebumps.
You did this in what grade?
Like 2nd, 3rd grade.
You guys were molesting
Break
each
the
other,
egg on your
man.
head and let the yolk run down. Let the egg run down. I don't remember it exactly.
I'm sorry.
I don't remember
If I
it
was an
exactly.
elementary school teacher and I saw these kids going like this to each other, I'd be like, I'm
I'll
calling
do it to
all
you-
of your parents.
I'll do it to you later and you can feel what it's like.
I don't want any of it. I don't want any of it. Stop trying to just...
It's like the Miss Mary black buttons down her back. You remember that one?
No, man, you're doing some weird shit to me. Brown people did not do this in middle school,
this
man.
is an elementary school thing.
For white kids did this because it
That's
was
true,
safe to touch
true,
each other.
True. Yes.
When everyone's white.
Break the egg on your head and let the yolk run down.
That's rude. Get a literal egg. Get a literal egg.
Have you
Just
ever
crack it on
had an
someone's
egg
back.
and try to crush it in your hands? It's impossible.
Because I don't want to waste food,
It's impossible. I told you this. The way our hands curve and the strength of the eggshell, you can squeeze literally with all your might. It's impossible to crack in your hand.
I know what you're doing.
We'll film it downstairs with my hands. I'll prove it to you.
I know what you're
Do you have
doing.
eggs? Do you have eggs?
I do have eggs.
Okay, I only need one and I'll pay for it.
No, I'm not going to have you pay for a 16th.
Because it's not going to break. Because it's not going to break.
No, I'm not going to do it. I know exactly what you're doing.
I'm not doing anything.
No, because there's listeners out there. There's going to be like at least 1 or 2 listeners just like, bullshit.
Yeah, and they're going to try and realize the way our hand curves, you squeeze an egg as hard as you can, you'll never break it.
No, man.
I'm telling you, I know it doesn't sound real. I've done it. It's just like the mustard on watermelon thing. You just got to try it.
You know what? Why? You know how I know? Because I cook with egg. I cook.
Yes.
I'm able to crack the egg.
Yes,
and
we're able to break it on a hard surface with an edge. But the way our hand cup and the way like the density, the way the eggshell is made, you can't do it. I'm telling you.
You do this to women? Is this how you do this?
I do this to everybody
women?
because this reaction is what everybody has. And then you do it and they're like, holy fucking shit. I can't break the egg with my hands. I'm telling you. I hand to God, I've never been more serious.
You're a douchebag.
I'm not. I swear.
You realize
on
how many
everything.
eggs you've destroyed?
None.
You've made people destroy eggs.
Nope.
You're
Not a single
making
one's
people-
ever been broken. I've been doing this for years. I'm telling you, not a single one's ever been broken.
Fine, we'll do it after this.
Yay!
But I'm not doing it.
I'll do it first, and then you can do it second.
Melissa could do it second. I'll do it third.
Okay, but it's also going to take me a second to convince her now, too, so that's going to take a minute also.
Also, we like our eggs. So
If
if
they're
we're
not gonna
3
break-
eggs short.
They're not going to
We're
break.
3 eggs short.
I'll buy you 6.
Please and thank you.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
All
you
right.
want to do an improv scene?
Sure, let's do an improv scene. That's so upsetting.
We're gonna, hey, wait until you can't break the egg.
It's gonna break.
Oh man, we should do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
All right.
Do it. Now record it on my phone, or maybe we'll bring one of these down there. Well, maybe not. Anyways, let's do an improv scene. I'm thinking too much about it. I'm so excited.
So excited to make a mess in my kitchen.
It's not. I love this. You're so convinced that I'm being a douche right now, and you're gonna be eating your words.
Okay. Because I'm gonna be eating the eggs off of my fingers once it breaks, man.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
All right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, egg improv. I'm an egg.
I'm pissed at you. I will break you.
Not with your hands.
Thank you. And scene. We're for the hypothetical chance that we're going to be teaching children improv. Is that what we're going to do?
Hey, first day of improv. Egg improv.
Hey, you're going to be an egg.
What do you mean? Like metaphorically? No.
A literal egg. Yeah.
Go. And then they're just like,
thank you. And that's improv.
off the team. You're an egg.
You fucking suck.
Off the team. You're an egg.
Can't do it. You're out of here.
And you're like, this was a test. You were supposed to stand up to me. And be like, fuck you. Then you're on the team.
Because improv is about saying no.
Welcome to the improv taught by David Miscavige. All right, let's do a scene. Ladies and gentlemen, it can't be that bad.
Hey, dude. Hey, I'm telling you, man. Your hand is not as big as your face. Do it. Fucking do it. You think this is a joke, huh?
Not the same thing.
Hey,
That's not. You're being a really mean person. It's not the same. You're not.
Fucking do it, dude. Fucking do it. Bonk.
My nose is broken.
See, man? It's just weird because you have one of them stupid hands that is actually bigger than your face. It's not my fault.
Is your hand smaller than your face?
I already tried the other
Let me
day.
see.
No, man, I'm not going to do it.
Because your hand's bigger than your face.
Because it's already proven I would have do it twice in a row. You don't believe me? You calling me a liar?
Show me.
No, man. I'm
Show
not
me.
going to do it. Here, but I'll have Timmy show you right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put your hand up against your face, Timmy.
I already did it last week, but I'll do it again.
Okay.
Bonk. Timmy, man.
Man, quit just bonking all of us, man. He's getting us good.
I mean, it's not my fault that
Where
I
did
have
you learn all this stuff, Timmy?
Man, I hang out with the older kids that smoke cigarettes after school in front of 7-Eleven.
That's so.
And they tell me everything.
They teach you how to bonk?
Yeah.
Are those boys, they got kisses from girls?
Yeah, they kissing and they do.
Do you get kisses from girls?
Nah, but I had this one girl look at me and she licked her lips at the same time.
Oh, fuck. You know what that means?
What?
I don't know.
I really don't know what it means.
You hang out with the older boys?
Yeah, I mean, they say behind closed doors what they do.
Oh, I
They
thought you were
tickle
behind
each
it.
other.
No.
They tickle each other.
Oh, I don't want a girlfriend.
I mean, I kind of want a girlfriend. I actually got a date this
Oh,
Saturday.
you're weird, bro. You like that tickling stuff?
I mean, I don't know if I like it. It hasn't happened to me
Oh,
yet.
but you have to try it to see if you don't like. I know I don't like putting hot coals in my mouth. I don't have to try that.
You shouldn't do that.
Exactly.
What are you, a fucking dum-dum?
No, I'm not. That's my point.
Okay, well, anyway, I'll tell you
You're
about
the dum-dum.
I'm not a dum-dum. I bonked you.
It still hurt.
This Saturday at 8 p.m., Jessica's coming over.
Oh.
And my mom's not home.
Jessica, my sister?
Jessica, your sister, is
What?
coming over.
What?
I know she's your older sister. She's the one that licked her lips while looking at me.
Oh, no, that's a nervous tick she has, bro.
No, dude, think about it this way.
Okay.
We might be brothers.
Oh, I'm into it then.
I'm into it.
You tickle her, bro.
All right. Cut to that date. Hey, Jessica, come on in. My mom's not home.
Oh, we're not going to go like to a restaurant or a movie or something?
I'm 12.
Oh, I mean, I'm 14. I didn't expect this to be like
I can't drive. You can't drive. Just come on in. I'll just show you my Lego collection.
Oh, you turn the lights on in here, or?
No, I mean like the bulbs the wattage wasn't matching the right. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Okay, show me your Legos. I guess I'll go into this dark apartment.
Yeah. This is my my Voyager. This is my this my rocket ship. This is my
Okay, all of these are shaped like penises.
This is my no, they're not. This one's my tricolored popsicle one.
Okay, these are all penises.
That one, no, that one's a penis.
Oh,
That one's an actual. It was the
Ah.
the physiology edition of Lego set. Anyway, I'm a little nervous.
Oh, I can see you sweating.
I got a game. Do you want to see how... They say that your hand is bigger than your face.
Oh, buddy.
They say that you... All right, Jessica, lay it on me. Do people actually tickle each other behind closed doors? What happens? What happens other than kisses?
Sweetie.
Now he's sounding like my mom, which is a weird thing because it's still turning me on.
You'll need to explore that later with your therapist, but let's just say the tickling's unlike anything you've ever experienced.
I mean, no, I've been tickled before.
Not like
but
this.
how do you do it?
Cut to the next day. So
It's a beautiful morning. Yeah.
Hey, what happened with Jessica? She
Oh,
came home.
man.
She came home this morning like really like tired.
Yeah, life's beautiful. Birds are chirping, birds are flying, birds are the bees.
You look lighter. You look
I'm
like
just like, I'm glowing. I feel good.
Walking with more feet.
Yeah,
I guess.
Man, Jimmy, I just gotta say, I appreciate you. Live life to the fullest, cause you never, ever know.
You just gave me $50.
Yeah, man, my dad's a lawyer. Man, it's just, you ever just wake up, open the curtains, look at the rising sun and be like, wow.
You guys didn't
I'm
do anything.
alive. Honestly,
You guys didn't do anything.
I bonked her and she bonked me. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's just like,
you
it's
know,
fine.
you almost had me, bro.
I know.
You almost
I
had
know.
me. My sister's a bitch.
Yeah, she's a bitch.
Yeah.
Scene. Perfect.
That was, I think, technically a good improv scene.
That was a good improv scene. There was a purpose. There was a premise. There was character building.
Look at
There
us,
was.
guys. We don't throw away every episode, guys.
Come on, no.
That's not what we do.
We can still do really good improv.
I do have one little game that I want to start testing at the end of episodes until we bring back our movie episodes.
Would love that.
This is just a fun little game, and I haven't really necessarily figured out what direction to go, but it's called Guess the Celebrity's Real Name. So would you like for me to give you their real name and you guess what their actor name is, or do you want their actor name and try and guess what their real name is?
Oh, so I have to know, like, for example, it'd have to be like Bruno Mars, and then like his real name's Peter Hernandez.
Exactly. Or do you want me to be like,
that's tough.
who is Peter Hernandez? And then you'd be like, oh, J-Lo, and you're like, no, it's Bruno Mars, right? How do you want to do
No,
this?
give me their real name, and then I'll try to guess who the actor is.
Okay. Sometimes the first name doesn't change, though.
Yeah, and that I'm hoping that there would be a clue to help me guess who it might be.
Well, probably the first name.
Okay, good.
Okay. And we'll just to add another level of difficulty. Fuck it. I'll just say the full name. All right. His name is Thomas Mapother IV.
Tom Hiddleston. Tom. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Tom Holland.
I'll give you now his full name with his middle name. Thomas Cruise Mapother IV.
Tom Cruise?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
That's a fun one, right? And then you know Jamie Foxx's real name.
No.
Okay, perfect.
Oh wait. You've said it before. It's so different. It starts with like a P or something, right?
There is a P in there, but it's how it ends.
Okay.
Eric Marlin Bishop.
Ah.
Okay, and then the last one. What was it? Boom, baby. You know Nicolas Cage's real name?
Nicholas Coppola.
Yeah. But that one's not like a fun change his name. That's actually kind of him being a douche.
What do you mean? Why is that him being a douche?
Well, because he's like, I don't want people to know that I'm related to Coppola, but then he's like still making movies with him.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like, I think when he was first starting out, he just didn't want to be known or have that shadow casted over him, right?
No, well, is it a shadow though? I guess the nepotism.
The
shadow.
nepotism. I think he wanted to prove his own skills.
This actor/actress's name is Olivia Cockburn.
Olivia Newton-John. Olivia Cockburn.
Yes, Cockburn.
Olivia Newton-John is all I can think of.
It's Olivia Wilde.
Oh, whoa! No wonder she changed her.
Because
name.
Cockburn is a great name for a different style of acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just watching Girl Next Door. The Girl Next Door again.
The Girl Next Door.
We did that for the podcast.
Yeah.
She was in that, but she has
she's one of the high schoolers.
like almost a non-speaking role, maybe one or two words, which is wild because now she's coming out with, she had her directorial debut with.
Yeah, she broke Ted Lasso's heart.
Is she in Ted?
She was. Remember they had that. Her and Jason Sudeikis had that big falling out.
Oh, I thought you meant in Ted Lasso. They are married. Okay, I completely forgot that they are married. Wow.
Fun.
I still, yeah.
If you were gonna change your name, right? Because I feel like Christian Baltazar.
Christian James.
Ooh, Christian James. That's a great.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. My dad helped me come up with it.
Christian James. I was always thought that I would just go Jeff Middleton. Jeffrey, just take my middle name.
Because Alejandro is so...
It's a little too ethnic. But also now we're in a time where like we like ethnic names.
No.
But my name's just confusing also, so it's like I still got to change it.
Who knows? Yeah, maybe like by the time, maybe in a few years, that'll be acceptable because people love when you keep your full name. Simulu. They're just like, okay, we know that you're Asian.
Yeah, but also like look how difficult it was for him to like all of his first 300 interviews were him being like, no, this is how you pronounce my name.
Fuck, that's true.
Right? Every opening conversation, it's like, no, it's actually, Shang-Chi.
And it wasn't until just call me Shang-Chi. Just call me Shang-Chi. But now look at him. He was the second most popular Ken in the Barbie movie.
Yeah, but he had the second most lines of Kens.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna have him come back for like the Avengers films? Because I think it's weird that they keep introducing these characters and they're not like using. You don't know. You don't watch Marvel anymore. You don't give a shit.
I've fallen off. Man.
I told you I'm kind of done with
There's
it now.
Too many.
Well, it's not just that it's too many, but now like the writers aren't even watching.
Yeah.
And also and we know that like writers are like, we don't know. We're not allowed to know what they're filming over there.
Dude, I was just having to explain to a coworker.
I'm not gay.
I swear, I'm not gay.
See you, Chad.
No, I was just having to explain because she was saying that she was waiting for the last season of Stranger Things, but it's on hold because of the writer's strike.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to explain to her like, okay, because of the writer's strike, there's just gonna be a whole bunch of reality TV that we're gonna be leaning on for the next few years. And then we started watching The Ultimatum.
How's that going for you, pal?
Really, it's really good.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be playing Call of Duty later, so guys, join me there. I'm oversized rope on the PlayStation Network.
I want to bring back shouting out people at the end of episodes as well. So shout out to Lacey Merriman.
Yeah.
I want to shout out her artwork because I just think that we should start shouting out our friends.
She's got great artwork. We have 2 of her pieces hanging in our house,
beautiful,
in our apartment, and Karen
fucking
has
awesome.
a tattoo that Lacey did for us. So.
Nice. So shout out to you, and we hope to see you soon. But other than that, you guys.
We hope to have you on our show, Lacey. We know you're a little nervous and shy about it, but just come and hang out with us.
Yeah, come and hang. We'd love to have you on.
We won't even set up the basement dungeon.
What?
Well, I'm sorry. We're not supposed to tell people about that. I'm sorry. I forgot. It slipped.
All right,
Bleep it out.
Say bye.
Bye, everybody. You know the rules. ICBTB.com.
Yeah, ICBTB podcast on all platforms. Rate and review us on Spotify. I want to get those ratings up because when you guys rate us 5 stars on that shoots us deeper into people's
ears.
Yes. And please tell your friends about it. We love it. And we love you guys. Christian has asthma.
Call _me Jesus.
And ICBTV everywhere. It's just
ICBTV podcast on the socials.
Yep. And ICBTV.com.
Yeah.
All right.
And spay and neuter your pets. Rest in peace, Bob Barker.
Oh shoot. Yeah. Rest in peace, y'all. Bye.